Uh, About to post a video. Kind of going on. I want to start with like the jitters aspect of starting into drifting and trying to progress, because no matter what's happening, you're always going to be nervous. I don't give a damn if you're Chelsea DeNova and you're throwing at Irwindale. Like, you're still going to be nervous to a certain degree. And especially starting out, whenever you're starting to learn things and then move on to trying things, see what works for you, see what works for your car, your setup, what needs to change, this and that. And the video I'm about to share, the first clip is going to be my first run of the last event, which would be June 13th, 2021 at Piedmont. I tend to just try to what I like to call chuck it and fuck it, man. Like, to get the jitters out of the way, I would rather throw it out there 120% and then dial it back to 100 and find the happy medium at 110% later on in subsequent runs. But I think the most important thing for me, being new, kind of is to, again, chuck it and fuck it, man. Get those that just initial nervousness out of my system, and throw the hell out of it. Worst case scenario, I'm getting really good practice on my corrections on the fly. But yeah, you'll see that. You'll see I kind of wash. I don't let go of the steering wheel and let it counter steer, and steering with the rear end like I should. But another thing I want to touch on too is like what happens afterwards. I get that initial chuck in and it doesn't work out for me. So I wash my entire plate sling, the entire slate clean, and as soon as I put it in reverse and put it back in the first, I don't even remember that initial wash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just chucking it now. It's just, for the clout, as they say. And that really helps me. Like, they use the nervousness, that kind of, feeling behind your chest. Use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? I'll go further into this later, but you can kind of see what happens in these next clips. You see, now at this point, I'm pissed off. I just, whenever your first run of the day, you at least want your entry to be on point. And that's been one of my strong suits here lately, is that particular entry. And I fucked it. Plain and simple, obviously. But it's what happens afterwards. I get into that I'm gonna show them mode, and I think that's important. You kind of forget about the jitters at that point. You're just like, let's go. His runs are pretty garbage, I agree. But several things to learn, like in the very first clip, like after I wash, put it in reverse, throw it in first, like it's kind of like road rage at that point. Like I'm just the run's already a wash. Just go ahead and get the rest of those jitters out. Just see what's gonna happen. Your tires are warmed up at this point. Just chuck it and fuck it. In the second clip, you can kind of see where I'm doing different things, and the thing to notice about the second clip is what happens after the mess ups. There's several times where I'm forced to go into my database of corrections. Which one is, on the fly, like which one do I do here? Just grabbing handbrake, or clutch kicking, or left foot braking, you know that kind of stuff. And a run like that, and I like to call it kind of haphazard, because it really was. It was a really ugly run, but just a lot of stuff to learn from looking back on it. Just being able to pick from a mental database of corrections on the fly. That's something that I think, like the bad runs and the nervousness, I think it kind of draws your focus in on those kind of things, because whenever you are nervous, you are going to mess up. You are going to overthink things. And whenever you have the ability to go back and look on stuff like that, it kind of gives you a little more clarity into what you're doing right. You're gaining a positive from these bad runs. So I think that's always a good thing.